Good evening, guys. It is 5:30 p.m. and of course that time of the day when we get to dive into the world of social media and find out all that is hot, trendy and spicy on the internet. You're welcome to Afia TV official on Afia TV. My name is Divine Onoha, your queen of great conversations, and I am your host for today. But I'm not here alone. I am here with my G, the one and only Roseanne Munachi, aka Mona Empire. How far? Happy New Year!
Wish you the same.
Good to see you. It's been a long time.
Honestly,
Why did you run away from Afia?
It's season.
Which one is season?
Cocktail season.
Oh, that's true. See, if you don't invite me this year, host me properly.
Don't worry. Special
I will raid your
You never wish like that.
but then it's a new year, so we've been talking about, there's a lot going on, vision board, plans for the year, New Year resolution. We had a conversation on Saturday and we were talking about New Year resolutions, whether it makes any sense at all, because many times people come out in the beginning of the year and they say, I want to do this, I want to do that. And before March, everything all scatter.
Okay.
So is it really the fault of it? Are we going to say New Year resolutions are bad? Or is it the person involved that is the problem? What do you make of this whole thing? Do you think it's a great idea to have New Year resolutions?
I feel it's a great idea, right? And I also feel it's the person involved. Just like how people say, New Year, new me.
Okay.
I mean, it's still me. It's just 3 hours. So nothing changed.
Mm.
So New Year resolution is good to me, but the person involved maybe lost track of
the
plan. Exactly. So that's for me.
So it's ideal to have.
It's ideal to have, write it down. If it works for you, put it on your phone, your notes. Just follow it. But if you don't, once you miss that plan, you just go back to your previous year plan.
Okay. So you're saying if someone misses their plan now, they should not bother with the New Year.
No, you can maybe continue, readjust, change some things. Okay. But it's just like you saying A, B, C, D. There's this thing about our mentality. Once you lose that C, going to the D is like, are you serious?
So they should go back to A.
I'm not saying that really. I'm just saying if it's possible, some persons can easily just move to D, right?
Okay.
Continue and still meet up with at least 80% of their target. But some persons, once they miss that C, it's over. To them, they failed. Even if it's happened around February or March, they failed. But some persons, even if it's October that they start, okay, let me restart. Okay, let me start from A, or let me just continue from D. Still works for them. So it's just like having a bucket list for the year. Someone like me, I do keep things I want to do for a year. And even if I don't achieve it immediately, I believe that I have till December 31st to do it. So it still works out. Okay.
It's great. I like your idea and I agree with it because someone mentioned something, because we really looked at it holistically that day, but someone mentioned something. He said, sometimes the New Year resolution does not have to be new.
Yes.
You're walking into 2025. So you now abandon your previous goals. Abandon things you were supposed to do last year that you did not catch up with. Then you now draw a new plan entirely. Then this is you trying to meet up with the old one and the new one. So I agree with you. At the end of the day, if you're not able to meet up with this, just focus on that particular one you're struggling with. Try to get it done before you move on.
For me, yeah.
Okay, so away from that now, we're getting into the real matter.
Okay.
Which is social media. Of course, social media is a lot. A lot of things go on social media. And the year has just started and we're already seeing bad here and there. Well, we'll talk about the big fishes in the room, the big fishes in Nigeria's entertainment industry. I'm talking about Burnaboy and Cubana Chiefpriest. Of course, you've been following.
Okay.
There's been a feud between those two and it is getting out of hand.
Toxic.
It's getting very toxic.
Yes.
I'm seeing people trying to sponsor people on the other, just to prove a point to the other person. So recently, this lady who has been accusing Cubana Chiefpriest of impregnating her and abandoning the child came out again, and because she had come out some years ago, 2022 or something, and she made that claim, and they ignored her. Cubana Chiefpriest denied it, so she came out again during this whole issue. And I don't know exactly if she's appealing to Burnaboy, if she's taking advantage of the situation.
Opportunity that
since
is
they are
trending.
sponsoring people now.
I
to
think
prove
so,
a point.
yes.
So she came out again. She made a video with her baby, and she was, saying the same thing, that Cubana Chiefpriest is responsible for this child, and he has abandoned the child, and he's not taking care of them. And if it's true, it is quite sad, because Cubana Chiefpriest is doing money and water everywhere, and then you have a child somewhere. But if it's a lie too, then it's really concerning. My concern is what is giving this woman the nerve to come out. And this is not the first time she's doing it. On the second, on another hand too, why hasn't Cubana Chiefpriest done something about it?
Exactly.
Yes, because if someone is tarnishing you over and over again, this is a defamation of character, clearly. If someone is tarnishing you, you are not coming out to say anything concerning it. What would you make out of it? Before we watch the video that Very Dark Man made, I'd like to know if you actually think this woman is...
All right, so about this woman that came out to
the video.
For me, I feel she's saying the truth. I'm not certain, but I feel she's saying the truth, because she came out years ago, made the video, showed proofs and everything. The man did not say anything. There was no post. He didn't deny it. Now she's back again. Yes, it's very possible she's trying to, take the opportunity. Burnaboy is sponsoring the brother, the sister. I'm seeing everybody's now coming out to be Cubana Chiefpriest family member. So I feel she's also trying to take the opportunity to get some money for herself. It's possible. I'm not certain.
Okay.
But now she made the video again, like very, very long video. I could not watch it because of the length.
The length.
And he still did not say anything. I feel there is an amount of truth in what she's saying.
In what she's saying, right?
Yes.
Because if it's a lie, Cubana would have done something.
He would have said something. That man, he's always available. He's always responding to people. So why did he get to her turn and he's not saying anything?
That's a very good point. But then let's Very Dark Man, our online police, online judge, online everything.
Lawyer.
He has come out to say something, and as usual, you know how he makes everything his business. So this time around, he's talking about it and he's analyzing the whole situation in his own capacity. So we're going to look at that video. Don't worry, you will tell me what you think about Very Dark Man, whether he's even being, sincere about his analysis. The video is quite long, so we're not going to watch all of it, but let's just see the much that we can see. Let's have that video.
So, about this woman that came out to allege that Cubana Chiefpriest is the father of her child, and Cubana Chiefpriest is refusing to take care of the child, and he has abandoned her and the child in Kenya. Well, if you have been on the internet for a long time, you know that this is not the first time this woman is coming out. This same woman don't come like 2 years ago. You understand? When she can't accuse Cubana Chiefpriest, say, he give her belly, they take care of him picking and all that, But Cubana Chiefpriest denied the claim 100%, right? Now she's back. See, my advice is this, right? To Cubana Chiefpriest, that my guy, I still call her. But at the same time, this thing, don't they turn another thing. If I were you, or if I were in your shoe, you understand? We go get an agreement. You say you never see this woman before. This woman said that you give her belly. It is simple, right? There will be an agreement, right? They will write. According to you never see the woman before. If they do the test, you have to do DNA test, Cubana Chiefpriest, right? Because of the child. May this child not just suffer. If they do a DNA test, and the test comes out negative, they will detain the woman for Nigeria. She go right for defamation and spoiling your name. If the pikin are your own, you go pay for damages. You go pay for what the woman don't suffer for how many years, and now she take care of that pikin. You understand? Now, I want to believe the woman's story, but at the same time, the story makes no sense, because I watched the podcast from this guy, Lucky Udu. And shout out to Lucky Udu, you did try, by the way. So I watched the podcast, I did the interview by Lucky Udu, and these are the interesting parts of the thing that I found out, right?
22 April, and it happened that I went to the restaurant to have some dinner in VI. There is where I met my baby daddy. So the first time we talked, we changed contacts, we talked, and then I went back to my apartment. So when I went back to my apartment, the second day he called me. We met, and we went to this certain hotel, big hotel in in Nigeria called Intercontinental.
What's the name?
Intercontinental Hotel.
Now, here's the thing, yeah. So, she said, according to her story, she came to Nigeria in 2022, and in that 2022 was when she met Cubana Chiefpriest, right? That she went to a restaurant to eat in VI. Then she met Cubana Chiefpriest, and the next day, they met him.
Okay, so yeah, we couldn't finish the video because it's so long.
It's lengthy.
It's, you know, it's quite lengthy, so I thought I'll just narrate the remaining. Okay. So the VN now was her telling her story about how she went to a restaurant at VI in 2022, and that was where she met Cubana Chiefpriest. After then, I think the next day, she met him at a hotel, and that was where they did whatever they did. And according to Very Dark Man, it doesn't make sense, because why are you meeting somebody now, and the next day you're going to the hotel? That's why I'm saying that we have to really analyze Very Dark Man's analysis. Now, he said it doesn't make sense. Why will you meet a man today and you are in the person's hotel room the next day? Are you a prostitute? You know, so that's one angle for him. That doesn't make sense. And for me, well, anything can happen. But then, away from that, so he also made mention of the fact that the woman also claims to have received some money from him initially. Okay. So Very Dark Man was questioning that how is it that a foreign woman has a Nigerian account, so that it has to be investigated, and all the proof of the payment of the money that Cubana Chiefpriest had sent earlier, that she should provide all of those evidences before we can even see that, you know, her story makes any sense. Before I say what's on my mind, what do you think about Very Dark Man's analysis of the issue?
Okay, at some point, it doesn't really make sense for him to say, why would you go to... Nigerian girls can meet you today. Some Nigerian girls. Very important. We're Nigerian girls, so... Sorry. Okay. So Nigerian girls can meet you today and then still go home with you today. So that angle, I feel it happens. Yes,
there's nothing confusing about it.
There's nothing on that angle that you will say does not make sense. They do it. But now, you saying she has Nigerian account, we're in a country where there's no law. We're in a country where all these bank apps can be operated anyhow. So I feel it's very possible.
That one too is very possible.
That one is very...
Is supposed to take her?
Yeah, it's not even supposed to take her any... As long as she has a Nigerian number. OPay is like the easiest. I don't know about now, but I know then OPay was easy to operate in as long as she has a Nigerian phone number. So that one, I don't think is a problem in that angle. So, but looking at the baby's face also, I don't know why but...
That's what everybody... that was the final thing he said in his analysis. He now said that the baby does not look like Cubana Chiefpriest. That's what Very Dark Man said.
Like looking at the baby's face.
No, we need to analyze this thing.
No, I don't believe that one. Because looking at the baby's face, you could tell that, well, let me not say you could tell because I was not there, but you would say 30% that she might be saying the truth.
So now a lot of people are saying that Very Dark Man is being very biased because, as he mentioned, Cubana is his guy. Most people know that that's his guy. Definitely. So initially, when he started his video, I think this video would have just... That beginning time when he talked about DNA, he should have just ended it there. Because that is the solution. See, all this analysis you are doing, that DNA will confirm whether the story is true or not.
But this man is rich. And we're in a country where a doctor can be paid to change this number. So there's every chances that she will even come to Nigeria for that DNA and it might be positive and it might be changed to negative. I see those things in movies, but I know it happens in real life too. So I don't know. I don't think that's going to...
Oh, well, before we get there,
solve anything.
Honestly, at the end, anyways, I believe that if they will do that kind of thing, given that there's already an issue on ground, if we have sincere people around, I don't think Cubana Chiefpriest should have any influence around it. Yes, around it. I don't think he should. And if the woman too is smart enough, she can have her own test done too.
Done before
she can find a way to, you know,
get
if you will go do her for this hospital, do her for the other hospital. Yeah. This one is my own doctor.
So it's your own doctor.
I mean, before we get there, first of all, because the way Very Dark Man made this thing look, after his analysis and, you know, the whole DNA thing he talked about, he now went ahead to still analyze things in a way that will sort of say that that woman is still lying at the end of the day. So, and I think a lot of people think he's being biased. We'll just take a look at some of the comments and then we'll get your reactions to them.
Okay.
So the first comment I have here is from Perry the Tailor, and he says, but make them talk true. Waiting concern Dark Man, concern this matter now. The next comment here says, I believe this woman button. And it has about 405 likes.
Wow.
The next comment here says, he's running from doing DNA tests because he's the father of the baby. The next one says, if he didn't do it, he would have sued her by now because that would be defamation of character and a dent on his image. Shalom. The next one here says, exactly, let Chiefpriest do DNA tests, but resemblance, now water.
Okay.
Then this one here says, very dark man, you have started sounding one-sided when it comes to people you know. Why? Makes no sense. Just tell your guy to do a DNA test so that the world knows he is not or he is the father of the child. Plain and simple. Yes, that child resembles your guy. I beg, they talk true. So I think this is the much that we'll take on these comments. What are your reactions at the end of the day?
I still feel Cubana Chiefpriest might be the father of that
Of the child?
This man is a noisemaker. He likes this attention. He posts things that you don't even expect him to be posting. So these are the kind of things that he will
He
respond
would react
to.
to very fast.
But he did not say anything, which means there's an atom of truth. So there's possibility that it happened, but he did not know if the girl is pregnant or not. Or maybe he has tried to like get her to, their normal stories of, I'll pay you to remove it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they actually had that conversation in that same video. He talked about it, how he had promised to give her some money to remove it. I don't know how that went. I think he didn't go well. Probably he did not
I know.
give her the money.
As the girl, clearly from the background of her video, you could tell that she's not really
not
okay.
girl.
Now, getting pregnant for a man like that, nobody will want to abort the baby. So I feel that's the reason why she kept the pregnancy. So now it's not suiting the man's image, but for him not to say anything, I still believe he's guilty.
Okay. So that's out of the way now. But very dark man now, do you think he's biased?
I think he's biased because he's trying to maintain friendship with Cubana Chiefpriest. I don't think he's not being. No.
Go straight to the point.
He's not being like when he
Very
first
dark man that
started.
I know.
He used to talk to anybody
Body man.
anyhow, but now he's just trying to suitcoat the whole thing so that it doesn't look like he's trying to be on the lady's side. And then he doesn't also want to fully be on his friend's side.
So it doesn't look like he's not. We know. We know. I hate to be like this, but we know. At the end of the day, I'm on DNA's side. I'm not on Cubana's side. I'm not on the woman's side.
DNA.
I'm not on very dark man's side.
No.
So
He's not even, he
which
doesn't
side
have
are
any
you?
business with
Which
that.
side are you on?
Nobody. Just the DNA.
Nobody. We're both on DNA side.
DNA
And on that note, we're moving on to the next story after the short break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're welcome back to the show. It is still Afia TV official, and I'm still here with the beautiful Muna Empire. Afia. Okay, so we're going to be getting into our next story, and I don't know, it's been a lot of issues. It's been a lot of hate and dragging going on, and we've just talked about Cubana and what's his name, Burnaboy, and what it has resulted into. And right now we're going to be talking about MarkAngel and Danielson Igwe. So MarkAngel made a post recently, end of the year, everybody is reflecting, taking a look back at their 2024 and, talking about 2025. It's a new year, so of course we'll get a lot of posts like that. So MarkAngel came out and he said his story about how 2024 went for him, and he said it was such a rough year for him, and it tested him. And it was a very long post where he mentioned that he lost the sum of $3.7 million. He lost it. He lost it to Forex trading that he had trusted the wrong person, and somehow he lost the money. He also said something about this. I don't know why these stories are just not adding up. First, he's talking about losing it to someone via Forex trading, and he also mentioned something about losing it to loan sharks as well. But the long and short of the story is that he lost almost everything. But God helped him. He had people who were standing by him. He mentioned a lot of people that, stood by him and all of that. So after that post was made, Danielson Igwe came out and he had something to say. He said, lies, now water. He said, lies, now water. So now, because a few months ago, Danielson came out and was dragging the same MarkAngel, talking about the whole, how they worked together. The experience they had together and how MarkAngel was not sincere. It's now looking like MarkAngel, because that's the way people are analyzing it. MarkAngel coming out to say he lost this sum of money it's almost like he's declaring himself bankrupt
Yes.
to avoid
Paying.
issues. But before we get into this analysis, because a deep one, let's just take a look at the video of, when Danielson was talking about MarkAngel, the experience he had with him.
My name is Dennis Nigwe. I'm a comedian. Actually, I was the one that started MarkAngel comedy. I was an orphan. Mark was the elder brother of the house. He's a security in Kilimanjaro, GRA, Port Harcourt. I do camera work I was learning camera. There's a man codifying. So I stole the camera. On our own free time, I will do those comedy. So Mark's okay, let us create a Facebook page. And I said, okay. So I don't even know when it was monetized or anything. So I just keep doing this stuff. So suddenly, 2014, he bought a car. I said, how did you even get money to buy a car? He said somebody gave it to him. I said, okay, fine. And the thing is, I've not received 1,000 since that time, because so he started paying me like 20,000 every month. We were poor, so the parents were just people staying in a bacha. And this Emanuela is just, so they don't even know the value. Nobody knows what this thing is just bringing. 2016 was the first time he gave me 50,000 naira. He said, okay, just hold this one. I know this need they bring money. A ratio of what you guys make every month, and we're making $160,000 then. No, Jesus. So see, the only person that can talk about him now is me, because why? Me, I'm an orphan. He can't kill me. People say if you talk about him, you die. I was scared because he will just finish you. That is the truth. How it will happen? If you have a problem with him, it's either you die or you have accident.
Okay, so that is like a recap of some of the things that has happened between the both of them. And it's a tough one because at this point, we don't know who is saying the truth and who isn't. But like I said, a lot of people are seeing MarkAngel's story about 2024 as though he's trying to avoid something. He's avoiding billing because $3.7 million is a lot. It's almost 10 billion.
Hey.
It's almost 10 billion. So what do you make of this?
I'm not a fan of both of them.
Okay.
But so it will not be like I'm supporting one person. But when Denison's story came out, I felt really, really sorry for him. But at some point I was like, there's some things that he's saying he didn't know. Does it mean that you guys will go to a show and they'll tell you to stay outside while they discuss the business inside? That's where I started watching the story.
It wasn't quite a show. It was about social media pages. So he was the cameraman and he would shoot for them. But MarkAngel was the one handling all the pages. So according to him, he didn't know when he got monetized. YouTube,
when
Facebook.
I started paying. But he mentioned something about them going to one event in someone. I went to YouTube. Like I was so interested in this video that I went to YouTube to watch the full video. So there was a time he mentioned about them going for a show and not knowing how much was paid. I feel if this person is your partner and then you guys have been working together, as you said, the story does not really
make sense.
For now, then the MarkAngel's own. No, I see that as a cover up. The money is too much. How do you trust somebody he's rich, so it might be small to him, but how do you trust somebody with $3.7 million? Not naira. That's a lot. So I don't believe that story. I think he's trying to gain sympathy to make Nigerians stop seeing him as a bad person, to pity him. Hey, he just lost money. Maybe there is a law case coming up. Maybe something is coming. Someone is about to sue him. So now, him putting this out, is him indirectly telling you, I'm broke? So even if you want to bring 100 billion, money no J.
You don't finish.
They don't collect them. Is it loan shark? Is it for? We don't know. Did you show us statement of account? We did not see it. So that money is too much. So I don't believe that story.
Okay, so I think this is a developing story. At the end of the day, we'll just saying our own based on our own little analysis. But we'll take a look at what the comments are saying, and hopefully we'll get more about this story. So the first comment I have here says, you really have to be very smart to know he's lying. This person is referring to MarkAngel. If you get into Forex, you would know he's lying. Now, for future purpose, so if Emanuela won't come collect her money, he go make reference to this year that he lost everything.
Okay.
The second comment here says $3.7 million. As in, I don't get. The next comment here says, them they borrow money, trade Forex. Good question. The next one here says, smart man, stylishly declared bankruptcy unofficially. Oh, yeah. So now nobody can come and hold his neck for royalty or debt. The next one here says, this one just a lie. You know one pay Emanuela. How do you invest your entire life savings all in one transaction, whatever it is? How? Like I said, I really don't know who is lying. But on a final note, If you were to advise Emanuela, what would you advise her?
Oh, she
On a
has-
very short final note.
I think they call it royalty, right? MarkAngel is owing her. To me, I don't think she's getting. I don't know.
You don't think she's
I
getting
don't
what
know
she
her.
deserves?
I don't think she's. I don't know her words. I don't know her bank account now. But if Denison is saying the truth, then that girl is not getting what she deserves, because it was through her that we all got to know MarkAngel.
Mm-hmm.
So the royalty payment that they're talking about, she should be getting the highest, if you ask me. And I don't think she's getting enough. So $3.7 million, not my business. She should still go back and collect her money.
She's still with them, apparently, from the story Denison said. That's if Denison is saying the truth, that she's still living with them, and he's very certain that MarkAngel is not, doing right by her.
After the story, I heard something about Emanuela leaving.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I think I read it somewhere about her leaving.
There's been a lot then. No, we'll just hold on and wait. Perhaps you'll be on the show the next time so that we can discuss extensively, because we're running out of time and there's really different angles to look at it from. But my final words to Emanuela will be, she should just speak out. Nigerians will support her. If she comes out,
True.
she
People
talk.
love her.
You talk now,
Personally,
we'll
I
follow
do.
you. So that is, of course, my final words to Emanuela. And to you, viewer, on the show today. I'm sorry, that's all we can take on the show today because we have run out of time. But we'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here every weekday by 5:30 p.m. here on Afia TV, giving you all that is hot, trendy, and spicy on the internet. Thank you so much for joining us, Muna.
Thank you for having me.
My name is Divine Onoha. Do have a lovely evening ahead.